Hi YouTube, it's your boy Grassy TV coming at you with another video for Heroes Siege 2. Today we're going to be checking out all the sub-skill trees for the Paladin class, going through every node and detailing each augment. You may notice that this video is a bit less edited than some of my others. This is just because I'm trying to get the rest of these sub-skill tree videos done. This is actually the last one that we have to do. After that, we're going to be going into leveling guides and just different content that I have planned for Season 5, which starts on December 13th, by the way. So without further ado, let's get into this video. The first skill is Vengeance. Starting with the travel nodes, we have increased attack speed, increased amount of lightning bolts, increased lightning damage, increase the attack damage dealt according to your strength. Vengeance restores a portion of your mana on hit. Vengeance has increased attack range and it no longer requires you hitting a target. This one's really cool. Increase your attack rating, increases the length of lightning bolts. Vengeance lightning bolts have a chance to inflict lightning break on hit. And Vengeance lightning bolts have a chance to zap monsters on hit, dealing additional damage. The first augment is a charge release. Lightning now releases pulses of lightning on hit, dealing area of effect damage. I'm so used to this node. This node's so strong. So for a lot of these, I might take this Vengeance has increased attack range because I'm so used to attacking from afar. Really, really nice. Second is Thunderbolt. Strike monsters with additional bolts of thunder on hit. The sound effects on that are so good. Third is Electric Pillars. Some impose electricity to nearby monsters on hit. And fourth, Self Shock. Lightning bolts now inflict a portion of your total damage return as lightning. Currently, I don't have any damage return, but it'd be a 15% conversion rate. The second skill is Divine Storm. Starting with the travel nodes, we have increased area of effect. Chance on hit to inflict stasis for a portion of the damage. For those that don't know, stasis is lightning damage over time. Chance to inflict elemental break. That's really strong. Chance to gain increased damage return on hit. Chance to gain increased defense for a short period. Chance on cast to perform an additional storm. Chance on cast to zap enemies hit with lightning bolts. Increased attack speed. Increases damage dealt. And Divine Storm now travels forward a short distance. The first augment is Chaining Storm. Divine Storm inflicts monsters with Zapper, causing the attacks on the monster to unleash chain lightning. Second is Eye of the Storm. Unleash a storm around you, dealing increased area of effect damage and inflicting lightning break. Divine Storm now has a cooldown. That's one click. Third is Bad Omens. Divine Storm slowly expands from its casting area, unleashing a chain lightning on hit. Divine Storm now has a cooldown. You notice I still have 110 FPS. I almost said faster cast rate. Yo, it's Lightning Black Hole. Sheesh. Fourth is Charged Hurricane. Divine Storm now forms an electrically charged hurricane that whirls to a random location. And just for funsies, for some extra juice, where was that? Let's take let's take this area of effect real quick. I actually want to see how big this gets. Where'd it go? Oh, it's because I have it on travel. So that's what makes your travel forward. Let's take the area of effect. Right, and we'll go up this way. Just have it drop. Okay. Next is Holy Shock Aura. Starting with the travel nodes, we have chance to unleash a lightning explosion, dealing additional damage on hit. Increase the area of effect radius of Holy Shock. Increases the hit frequency. Increase damage dealt. Chance to inflict chain lightning break on hit. Holy Shock Aura now deals increased damage in a cone in front of you. Chance to inflict stasis. Increased damage to bosses. Gaining stacking buff. Increasing lightning damage on hit. And chance to increase your defense and lightning resistance on hit. The first augment is Surging Wrath. It increases the hit frequency and damage dealt by Holy Shock Aura. You can see how often we're hitting here. Now you can see how often we're hitting here. Zap, 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 zap. It's zapping a lot. You can still get more. Yeah, now you can see how much it's zapping here. Zap, 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 zap. Next is a lightning tether. Holy Shock Aura no longer deals periodical damage. Instead, it creates a tether of lightning between you and all monsters inside its radius, dealing constant damage. Third is Chain Thunder. Unleash Chain Lightning on hit, dealing increased damage. And fourth, Gathering Storm. Stack up static energy from monsters inside the aura radius and release a massive storm of lightning novas, dealing damage in an increased radius. Next is Ball Lightning. Starting with the travel nodes, we have increased damage dealt. Gain increased lightning resistance when using Lightning Ball. Increases spell crit chance. Spell crit damage. This one increases spell crit chance. When landing, gain increased movement speed and defense for a short period. When landing, additionally unleash multiple charged bolts bouncing off of terrain, dealing additional damage. Chance when casting to summon phantoms, illusions jumping into nearby monsters, dealing additional damage. Chance when landing to render you immune to all damage for a period. Increase the mana cost. And when below 25% life, Ball Lightning gains increased speed, damage, AoE, and knocks monsters into the air. The first augment is Hovering Bolt. Become an orb of lightning and hover over to the target location, unleashing chain lightning on nearby monsters. Second is Pulsating Thunderball. Bounce multiple times towards target location, releasing electrified pulses with increased damage and area of effect radius when landing. Bounce, 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 bounce. Third is Righteous Leap. When landing, taunt nearby monsters and increase your damage return for a short period. It's a 450% damage return whenever you land. So we can see we can taunt monsters here. We get some charge bolts as well. And fourth, Charging Ball. Unleash a charged storm of lightning on nearby monsters. When landing, dealing increased damage with increased area of effect radius. Ball lightning now has a cooldown. Next is Lightning Fury. Starting with the travel nodes, we have increased amount of targets. Increases the damage dealt by Lightning Fury based on your strength. Increases damage dealt by Lightning Fury. Chance to inflict Lightning Break. Chance on attack to release an additional Chain Lightning. Chance on Chain Lightning to unleash electrical pulses dealing AoE damage. Chance to fork into an additional Chain Lightning. Increased attack speed. Chance to call down bolts of thunder on hit dealing additional damage. And increases critical strike chance and damage. The first augment is Storm Surge. Unleash a wide surge of lightning on hit with increased area of effect dealing additional damage. Second is Concentrated Fury. Summon an orb of lightning orbiting you and zapping nearby monsters. Third is Ionizing Fury. Chance on hit to halve the damage, but double the amount of bounces inflicting stasis. And fourth, Fury Within. Fury now triggers without hitting an enemy, increasing its range and damage. Next is Holy Bolt. Starting with the travel nodes, we have inflicts burning for a portion of the damage, increased projectile speed, unleash a pulse of holy essence dealing area of effect damage on hit, unleashing multiple holy bolts with half damage, chance to replenish a portion of your maximum life on hit, chance to ricochet into a nearby monster with increased damage, increases damage dealt by holy bolt, chance on kill to drop increased amounts of gold, chance on hit to summon a pillar of light, inflicting arcane break and dealing area of effect damage, and marks targets as centers on hit. Damaging a center unleashes holy smite, dealing additional arcane damage. The first augment is Rolling Judgment. Holy Bolt travels slower but grows larger over time, ticking faster and dealing increased damage based on its size. Second is Touch of Righteousness. Unleash a Holy Nova on impact, healing all allies and damaging foes. Third is Righteous Path. Unleash a barrage of Holy Bolts, dealing increased damage. Holy Bolts now have a cooldown. It's not that long of a cooldown. You can kind of keep it going. Yeah, you can pretty much have it on insta cast all the time, or the duration up. And fourth, Divine Ass Beating. Unleash Righteous Fists instead of attaching onto monsters on hit, dealing damage over time and exploding, dealing area of effect damage. Next is Holy Hammer. Starting with the travel notes, we have increased Holy Hammer speed, increased damage dealt, decreases Holy Hammer cost, decreased movement diminish, chance on hit to ricochet an additional hammer to the closest monster, chance on cast to unleash an additional hammer, chance on hit to drop a hammer down from the sky, dealing area of effect damage, inflicts arcane break, increase the size of holy hammers, And hammers now knock monsters back, unleashing a holy pulse on hit, dealing area of effect damage. The first augment is divine lightning. Hammers unleash a chain of divine lightning on hit. Second is returning light forge. Throw multiple hammers traveling in a straight line and returning to you. Hammers no longer orbit. Third is orbital light. Hammers now follow you with increased radius and damage. And fourth, chaining mallet. Throw hammers that chain on hit, dealing area of effect damage. Next is Holy Nova. Starting with the travel notes, we have allies healed by Holy Nova take reduced damage for a short period, chance to stun monsters on hit, increased area of effect radius, increased damage dealt. Holy Nova no longer heals you or your allies, but recovers a portion of your maximum mana instead. Holy Nova heals you for a portion of your missing life. Chance on cast to increase you and your allies' arcane damage and magic find for a short period. Increased damage dealt by Holy Nova, scaling with your maximum life. Increased damage dealt by Holy Nova and gives a chance to instantly execute non-boss targets affected by the Mark of Judgment. And chance on cast to unleash additional Holy Novas. The first augment is a Righteous Transaction. Still a portion of a target's life on hit over time. It's gonna be a little bit hard to show this one. I can't directly do that, but yeah. Second is Mark of Judgment. Mark targets with a judgment on hit, causing them to take increased damage on hit, consuming the mark. I don't directly see a mark. That one looks like maybe it only works on actual monsters. Third, Remote Prayer. Holy Nova now heals all allies within the same area with increased power. So it gets 15% life replenish, which is basically 15% life per hit that you gain. Or the allies would gain. And fourth, Faith's Wind. Unleashing multiple smaller orbiting novas around you. The last skill is Fist of Heavens. Start with the travel nodes. We have increased amount of projectiles, increases damage dealt, chance to inflict arcane break, decreases Fist of Heaven cost. Holy Bolt now returns back to the point of impact, dealing increased damage. Chance to stun targets on hit, increases cast rate when using Fist of Heavens. Chance on cast to summon additional fists, inflicts slow on hit, and Fist of Heavens no longer fires Holy Bolts. Instead, it unleashes a Holy Nova, scaling its damage based on the projectile amount. The first augment is Divine Explosion. Fist of Heavens grows in size according to the amount of projectiles chucking the ground, dealing additional damage and an increased area of effect radius. Second is Forceful Salvation. Unleash the fist towards the target location, pulsating holy bolts as it travels and then returns back to you. Third is Immaculate Warrior. Smash the first fist, inflicting arcane break and knocking monsters back. I really like this ground effect. It looks really cool. And fourth, tiring combat. Summon multiple smaller fists of heavens orbiting you and unleashing holy bolts on hit. And that's going to wrap up all of these sub-skill trees for the Paladin class. Let me know your favorite augment in the comments below. If you want to stay up to date with the Season 5 beta, be sure to check me out on Twitch at twitch.tv/Graxy_TV. We are playing it currently live every day, going through tons of different stuff, making leveling guides, making progression guides, just having a lot of fun. Come check us out over there. And as always, I'll see you in the next video.